this is Netta. Welcome to my channel. My whole goal for this channel is to help you build a wardrobe and a style that you love so that you can look beautiful and feel confident every single day. So Tuesday is Angel's Style Show day, and we're going to get right into it today. I'm excited to be partnering with Mott and Bow for this video. So Mott and Bow is my buzzworthy pick of the week. If you're not familiar with Mott and Bow, it is a premium denim company without the premium denim prices. So I love their whole philosophy. It's direct to consumer. Not only do they have the best and most comfortable jeans ever, they also have tees, sweats, sweaters, all the basics and staples that you need in your wardrobe at really, really reasonable prices. So Mott and Bow also has a home try-on program. So if you're not sure of your size in their jeans, you can try on a couple of sizes in your home for free. So love Mott and Bow. I was so excited when they reached out to me. And I am showing here their mom jeans in the Ridge wash in the medium to dark finish. So I really have been wanting to try a pair of mom jeans for a while, but a lot of them are so overwhelming and so baggy. I'm 5'2.5". I don't have legs for miles that can hold off or pull off these really wide and bulky jeans. And I wanted something that was a little bit more classic, but still had that modern feel. And so I absolutely love these jeans. One of the things I will say about them is that I could probably sleep in them. They are so comfortable. The material is really, really super soft, stretchy, and comfortable without ever getting stretched out. So I have been wearing these all day, and by the end of the day, they fit just as well as they did at the beginning of the day. Now, they offer 3 different lengths, 28, 30, and 32-inch inseams. I'm wearing the 28-inch inseam. 28 is perfect for me for a full-length jean, and I'm wearing them in my typical size. I'm usually a 25 or a 26 in jeans. These are a size 26, and I feel like they fit me perfectly. Because of the mom jean style, they come right up to my belly button. They're like smack in the middle of my belly button. I feel like it kind of keeps everything nice and smooth and flat there. And like I said, they're just super, super comfortable. They've got a clean, even wash. So these are, and because they're medium dark and they've got this nice clean even wash, I feel like they're very, very versatile and will work well year round. But I'm especially looking forward to styling these in the fall and winter. Again, the pockets are also clean and simple. So I feel like this is just a great classic pick that I'm going to be reaching for again and again. I'm really excited that they've offered a code for you guys if you want to try Mott and Bow jeans. And like I said, I highly recommend them. The code is just my name, NADA. So just enter in that code, you will get a discount on your Mott and Bow jeans. I definitely recommend trying them. And then also, while you're on the site, check out their beautiful sweaters. Their tees are exceptional. And I've just been really, really happy with their quality. And I've also heard the same thing from several of the members of my Angel's Style program have tried the Mott and Bow jeans and have been really, really happy with them. So if you're looking for a great classic, comfortable, and contemporary pair of jeans, definitely check out Mott and Bow. Okay, now I'm ready to get into the main segment of today's video. And it's going to be based on a question. So the topic of today's video stems from a question that I got from Lisa Hill on my YouTube channel. So she asked this question in the comments, and if you have a question that you'd like me to address in a future video, definitely let me know in the comments, because I read all of those, and often you are the source of my best video ideas. So bring on the questions, bring on the video suggestions. I am here for them. Okay, so this question is, I would love to see a video about blazers. There are so many styles and types: short, long, boyfriend, double-breasted, etc. I'd like to understand the different styles and know which ones would work with which body types. That's a great question. I see a lot. I mean, blazers are a really key part of a lot of women's wardrobes. A lot of women have been wearing them professionally for years, and now we're seeing them worn casually and styled in a lot of different ways. But it can be tricky to style a blazer if you have any body type or figure challenges at all. If you're petite, if you're tall, if you're full busted, these can all be challenges when it comes to picking a blazer that's going to be really, really flattering. So the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to picking a blazer is to focus on fit. So fit is critical with anything that you're wearing, but especially when you're looking at something that's tailored, that's designed to fit you really, really well. If it doesn't fit you well, it's going to you're going to have a sloppy effect overall. Also, a blazer that doesn't fit you well is going to add weight. It's going to add bulk. It's just going to do all the things you don't want it to do. So let's talk about fit for a moment. The first thing, and this was a really helpful illustration that I found, first thing you want to look at is the shoulder. So for the shoulder, you want to make sure that the end of the blazer shoulder ends at the joint of your shoulder. So you don't want it to extend past your shoulder line, and you don't want it to go in, if it goes before your shoulder line, it ends here, it's too small for you. If it extends past your shoulder line, it's going to be too big for you. So you want it to hit right there at the shoulder. That's a critical spot when it comes to flattering your frame with the fit of your blazer. Another thing you want to pay attention to is arm length. So as women, we have a little bit more flexibility because we can do a shorter arm length, a 3/4 arm length. I typically will zhuzh my sleeves up anyway, which I'll get to in a minute, and just kind of pull them up. But when you're wearing your blazer in a conventional way or a classic way and you're wearing them long, you want to make sure that they hit at your wrist bone or this joint here of your thumb. So they need to get to that wrist bone. If they fall a little short of that, it's going to look awkward. If they're way longer than that, it's going to look like you borrowed your husband's blazer in not a good way. So you want to make sure that the fit is spot on. Another thing I will say about fit is when you're looking for a classic fitted blazer, not a boyfriend blazer or double-breasted blazer, but a classic fitted blazer, you should be able to put your arms, you should be able to cross your arms like this, but just barely. Like you should not be able to do calisthenics in your jacket. Like if you do this and it feels snug, that's a good fit for a classic fitted blazer. So you really want to make sure that it is tailored to your body and that there's not a lot of extra room when you're going for that classic fit. Another thing I will suggest that you look for on the back of a blazer is something called a princess seam. Now, this is not going to appear on cropped blazers, but any blazer that comes below your waist should have a princess seam. And a princess seam is, unless it's a straight cut boyfriend blazer, but a princess seam is a curved seam on the back of a jacket that will define your waist. So as women, we want to define our waistlines, and a classic princess seam in the back is going to show you that that blazer is cut for a woman's figure and that it's going to go in and then out at that waistline and be super, super flattering. The next thing I want to talk about when it comes to blazers is flattery. How do you make a blazer flattering? First thing I want to mention, I've mentioned this in previous videos, but the Fashion Fit formula will give you your exact length where a classic blazer should end and where a longer blazer should end. And getting the length right is really critical. So just because we're going for a longer, maybe less structured, more boyfriend style blazer these days doesn't mean that there isn't a correct length to wear that blazer, or that we just choose any old blazer. Having that blazer altered or finding a blazer that hits at that Fashion Fit formula length for you is going to be really, really critical. It's especially critical, again, if you have fuller hips, if you've got a fuller bust, if you're petite, if you're, outside of any kind of size range or size specification outside of any standard size range becomes even more important to get that length right, because it's a key component of flattery. So definitely look in the description box below. I've got information on the Fashion Fit formula. Okay, besides the length, one of the things that you want to look at when it comes to flattery is the lapel. Now, the lapel is this, obviously, it's like this collar on your jacket, and it's critical to get the lapel width right. So you have a finite amount of space. You've got a specific amount of space between your neck here and the tip of your shoulder, the edge of your shoulder, right? Your lapel should not extend more than halfway between the neck and the shoulder. So here you can see my lapel only extends about, I don't know, maybe 3/8 of the way between here and here. So it's a little bit less than halfway. So if this is the halfway mark between my neck and shoulder, this lapel stays within that halfway mark. If the lapel goes past the halfway mark on your shoulder, it's going to overpower your frame. It's not going to be flattering. It's just going to look off. You might not know why it looks off, but you're going to know that it looks off, right? The other option is if you're doing something with, and wide lapels are not really a thing right now in style. We're not really seeing them. But if you are looking at a blazer that happens to have a really wide lapel, then it needs to go all the way to the shoulder. So those are the two options. It either goes within that halfway mark from neck to shoulder, or it goes all the way to the edge of the shoulder. But anywhere in between is going to look off, and it's going to look like the blazer doesn't fit you or flatter you properly. The next little tip when it comes to flattery is to consider rolling up or pushing up your sleeves. Now you can use an elastic hair tie to keep the sleeves in place if you like, if they're always falling down, but zhuzhing up your sleeves a little, showing arm, showing a little bit of your wrist bone, not only extends your whole frame and makes you look taller overall, but it can be really, really flattering to see a smaller part of your body. It just kind of makes you look more streamlined overall. So I always like to zhuzh my sleeves up and pull them up a little. It also gives a little bit more of a casual and a less tailored appearance. So that's great when you're wearing your blazer a little bit more casually, like I am today with jeans and a striped top. If you're wearing them more professionally, of course, you might want to keep the sleeves full length. Or the other option, of course, is to consider a jacket like this one from Cinca Set with a 3/4 length sleeve. So a jacket like this can be really versatile because, I mean, obviously it's showing your wrists, and that's a really flattering detail, but also you can wear it kind of year round a little bit more easily. And a lot of women find these jackets a little bit more, a little easier to style, a little bit less overwhelming on your frame, especially if you tend to be petite. Okay, let me go back to length again for a minute with blazers. The thing with blazers right now is that longer blazers are what is trending. So boyfriend style blazers, straight cut blazers, kind of oversized blazers are trending right now in style. Now, first thing I want to say about that is don't buy an oversized blazer in a size up or a size or 2 up, because you're going to drown in it. An oversized blazer is cut to be oversized. So if you buy it true to size, if you're regularly a 6, buy the blazer in a 6, it's going to be cut a little bit boxy anyway. So you don't need to build that in by going up a size. The other thing I will say is that even though the blazers, like I said, are longer, that are in style right now, you still want to pay attention to flattery, and you want to make sure you get that length right. Longer blazers work best over outfits with defined waistlines. If you're wearing a longer blazer and you don't define your waistline properly, you can look like you're swimming in the blazer, and it can be just kind of an unflattering look and kind of a hard to pull off look. So if you've tried on oversized blazers, or you've tried double-breasted or longer or slouchier blazers and you wondered why they weren't looking right on you or why you didn't find them flattering, look at the waistline and make sure your waistline is defined. I feel like a little bit of a higher rise pant or jean like the one that I'm wearing here with a top that's tucked in where you can see the waist definition is a much more flattering look. If you bring your waistline up and then there's that defined waistline underneath the jacket, it's going to be a lot more of a flattering look than wearing a long jacket, for example, over a tunic or a long blouse or anything else that kind of comes below the waistline and doesn't show off the waist. So try a longer jacket with something that has a defined waistline. Another option with a longer jacket is to wear it over a shorter skirt or dress. Again, you're trying to do long over short and not long over long. If you wear a long blazer over a long dress or a long blazer over a long top, it's going to look unbalanced. So you want long over short for maximum flattery. Same is true with a shorter jacket. A shorter jacket works best over something that's a little bit longer, or maybe something that doesn't have waist definition built in. So this jacket is actually getting a little bit snug on me. I've had this one for years from H&M. It's when I first started wearing blazers, and it's not really what's kind of currently happening in style right now, but I wanted to kind of illustrate for you. This type of jacket is really great, or waist length and cropped blazers are absolutely a thing that's happening right now. So cropped blazers or waist length jackets are really, really nice for defining the waistline. So they work really well over those longer tops, over a tunic, or over a longer dress that maybe doesn't have waist definition built in, and you want to define that waist, you want to bring that waistline in. A cropped blazer or fitted jacket like this is a great solution for that. If you're looking for a more classic blazer and you're wondering how to wear a classic blazer, I would suggest doing the same thing you would do with a longer blazer. Wear it over something that has a defined waistline, maybe right at your natural waist, or maybe a little bit higher, with a shirt that's tucked in so that you really show off that waistline if you're doing a classic fit blazer. And so you're never going to feel like you're drowning in that jacket. Whereas if you have a blazer over something really slouchy or something really flowy, it might look like you're drowning in extra fabric. Another thing I want to suggest is we were talking about balance when it comes to long or short, wearing a long jacket over a shorter top, or wearing a shorter jacket over a longer top. The same is true when it comes to balancing in terms of volume. So if you're wearing a loose, flowy, unstructured blazer or an oversized blazer, you want to make sure that the pieces you're wearing underneath it are sleek and slim and a little bit more tailored to your body. If you're wearing a fitted blazer, it can really help to balance out the look of a fitted blazer with something that's got a little bit more movement or a little bit more volume. Like, for example, a cropped or fitted blazer that comes to about your waist length looks really great with a pair of wide leg pants, whereas a longer, less structured blazer looks great with something fitted underneath it, whether it's a fitted dress or a fitted pair of pants and a top. So again, we're always trying to find balance when it comes to flattery. Another key when it comes to flattery is really looking at your bust size. So double-breasted blazers can be a little bit hard to wear for somebody who has a fuller bust. Next thing I want to talk about when it comes to flattery is the double-breasted blazer. Double-breasted blazer can be a challenge if you have a fuller bust, or if you are plus size or feel like you want to look a little bit slimmer in your blazers in general. Sometimes a double-breasted blazer can be hard to wear. So one suggestion is to remove the extra set. So I'm wearing a double-breasted blazer right now. And so a double-breasted blazer has an extra set of buttons. If you remove one of the sets of buttons, because again, it's not like you're closing them this way and wearing it closed like this all the time, but remove the set of buttons that you're not using and create a little bit more of an asymmetrical look. It will create a diagonal line on your body that can be really flattering and can also slim your body overall. So consider removing that second set of buttons from a double-breasted blazer if you already have one and you're not finding it flattering. Again, it can be harder to wear double-breasted when you've got a full bust, or when your body is a little bit wider. Maybe you're an inverted triangle, or a triangle shape where you've got broader shoulders, what I call a style dial blue. If you've got a little bit more broadness in the shoulders, this could be a trick that really makes a double-breasted blazer no longer double-breasted, but a lot more flattering for you. The next thing I'd like to talk about is a belted blazer. A belted blazer, I think, is a great option for almost everybody. It can really define your waistline and can be really, really flattering. Of course, you can achieve that same waistline definition with the princess seam, but definitely a belted blazer is something to consider. Not quite as versatile as one of those jackets like this one that you can wear open or closed, but it's something to consider if you felt like you're drowning in extra fabric when you're wearing a blazer. A belted blazer might be a good kind of entry-level blazer to start with. Single-breasted blazer is really the most universally flattering. So if you're just new to blazers and you're just starting and you want to buy your first blazer, or you want to invest a little bit more in a blazer, a single-breasted blazer in a classic mid-length, not too short, not too long, is going to be your best investment piece. And you can find those anywhere from J. Crew and Talbots and your go-to regular stores, all the way up to Armani and some of the higher end designers. You're going to find classic, really well-made blazers. Lafayette 148 makes really good blazers at a variety of price points. I'm going to link a catalog below that's got some of my favorite choices in it for blazers. Okay. Finally, I want to talk about body type and specific body type suggestions when it comes to blazers. Now, you know that the system I use, a style dial red and purple, are hourglass body types where they're proportional through the shoulders and hips. A style dial blue has either broader shoulders or proportional through the shoulders and hips, and a straighter body type. And a style dial orange and green have more shape and more structure in the lower half of their body and narrower shoulders. So keep that in mind as I go over a couple of pointers for you with for blazers when it comes to your body type. Okay, so for a style dial red, purple, and blue, if you have an hourglass body type or a straighter body type, you want a vertical neckline. So you want a classic blazer cut with that vertical neckline. And one of the things that's going to be really, really flattering on you is the triangle opening at the bottom of the blazer. So when you close up the blazer, if you're going to wear it closed, or one of those blazers that has that cutout at the side, and you've got that triangle opening at the bottom of the blazer where you've got your waistline. That's going to be really, really flattering on a style dial red, blue, or purple. If you've got a style dial orange or green body type, consider like a Chanel style jacket. They're actually kind of trendy right now. Maj, M-A-J-E, has some really, really cute styles, but you can find them at all different retailers. But basically, it's a higher necked jacket that's going to be a great option for you to kind of draw the eye upwards and to prevent over emphasizing the hip area. So consider a high necked jacket if you've got a style dial orange or style dial green body type. You might also want to consider a waist length jacket if you have this body type, like a cropped waist length structured jacket. Again, we're looking at that classic Chanel waist length jacket with a high neck opening is going to be really, really flattering on a style dial orange or style dial green. You want a straight hem on the jacket. You do not want that triangle opening. You want a straight hem that goes all the way across and that hits you either at the waistline or above or below the hip and does not hit straight across the hip. What you want to avoid doing, if you've got structure in your hips already, if you've got shape and curve in your hips, you want to avoid drawing a line straight across your hips because it's over amplifying that part of your body and you've already got that shape, that feminine shape. So you don't need to play it up with outfit details like a line across the hip. So you want the line of your jacket to either end above or below the hip line if you're a style dial orange or a style dial green. So just a couple of body type pointers for you when it comes to jackets. Okay, so the first blazer I want to show you is not really a blazer, it's a vest. And this is my Rachel Zoe vest that I bought last fall. I showed it in a couple of my videos. I absolutely love this piece. It's the perfect transitional weight. It's also a great piece for those of you who are like on the fence about whether or not you're going to wear a blazer. I really like the way this looks styled over something with waist definition. Just like I say with longer jackets, you want that waist defined and maybe a little bit of a higher waist than you are typically accustomed to. I have just dog fur on all of my clothes, but I also like this worn better with a long sleeved as opposed to a short sleeved or sleeveless item. So I love it with long sleeve tops and jeans or pants, and I also love it with a dress underneath that has long sleeves. Again, because this is longer, I like to wear it with something that has a little bit more structure and a little bit more shape to it. So a fitted dress, it's great if you want a little bit of coverage over a fitted dress and you feel like it's a little bit too body conscious for you, or a long sleeve top and pants is great with a vest like this. I find it so versatile and a great early fall to all year round, let's face it, in Florida piece. Okay, this blazer was the first blazer that I bought when I wasn't sure I was going to ever wear blazers. It was from H&M. It's $24.99. This is a little bit dated at this point. I do hold on to it because I like having this silhouette in my wardrobe, but it's a little bit of a shorter blazer and it's fitted. So what's great about a blazer that's a little bit shorter and a little bit more fitted is that it does give definition over flowy pieces. It adds some waist definition over things that can otherwise kind of swallow you up and drown you in extra fabric. So I think it's nice to have a little structured jacket like this. If I put on a really flowy dress or a really flowy top and I just feel like there's no flattery there, I'll throw on a little cropped jacket or fitted jacket like this that hits at the waist for that extra waist definition. Okay, so this is a straight blazer. This is what I consider the hardest blazer style to wear if you're petite. Now, this double-breasted blazer is about the same length as the straight blazer, but because it's not a straight and because it's got details on it that make it a little bit more flattering, the buttons, the way that it's cut, there is waist definition built into this blazer. This blazer doesn't have any of those details. It is straight down and it's also straight across at the bottom as the seam is straight across. So it doesn't have waist definition built into the style at all. And because of that, I find it the hardest to wear. I still love this. It does come with pants that are a slim pant that I will wear with this blazer, but I also really like it paired with an outfit like the one I'm wearing now. Again, because it's longer and especially because it's a little slouchier, a little oversized and boxy cut, I make sure that my waist is defined under whatever I wear this blazer with. So whether it's a pair of jeans or pants where the top is tucked in and you really see that waist definition, or whether it's a dress, maybe even a belted dress, if you belt underneath a blazer like this, and just make sure to define your waist, you're going to find it a lot easier to wear a straight blazer. Okay, the final blazer that I want to show you from this collection is a knit blazer. Now, J. Crew and sometimes Talbots do really, really good sweater blazers. I love sweater blazers because they're, I mean, sometimes they call them jardigans or whatever, but they're just like a nice hybrid between a cardigan and a sweater. I mean, a cardigan and a blazer. They've got the structure of a blazer, but the comfort of a cardigan. So I think those are great options. This one is, and it's getting kind of pilled, so I really do need to replace this, even though it's not, I think I just got it last year. It's not that old, but this one is from Tahari, and it is a knit blazer. So this is a great option if you want a blazer but you want it to feel like a warm hug. You want it to feel like a cardigan. It's just this really, really soft and stretchy jersey knit, and I love it. It does give a little bit of polish, but in a less in a more effortless and less structured way. So a knit blazer or sweater blazer is something definitely to consider if you're, again, on the fence about blazers, or if you just want a different option. Now finally, the double-breasted blazer. I've already discussed this a little bit, but with any double-breasted or any slouchier, any longer style, of course, you want to define the waist. If that's one thing you take from this video, that's the one thing I want you to take. Define a waist under any kind of a longer blazer. Pay attention to where the buttons are hitting you, and if you're comfortable with the way that the extra volume around the bust area makes you feel, and if a double-breasted blazer is going to be your best option. Again, there's always the option of removing that extra set of buttons, creating a diagonal line that can be really flattering if you feel like you're a little broader on the top, or you've got a little bit more through the bust area. So I hope that this kind of rundown of blazers and of tips for flattering your body in a blazer was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I will gladly answer them. There's also, as always, a blog post that's linked to this video where I'm going to be sharing some more examples, as well as some of my favorite picks for blazers in all of the different categories. Thank you so much for sticking with this video and joining me on my YouTube channel every Tuesday, every Friday. Hit the notification bell so you find out when I upload new videos. Hit the like button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and join us. We love new members in this community. We have the happiest place on YouTube, in my opinion, and I'd love to have you. See you soon.